What happens when a billionaire's son destroys an Iraq War veteran's food truck as a prank for social media clout and posts the video with laughing emojis? This 21-year-old thought ruining someone's livelihood would get him viral fame. But when Judge Frank Caprio discovered that the veteran he destroyed had spent his life savings rebuilding after war injuries, left him unable to work traditional jobs, and when his billionaire father stood up in court to make a statement that would shock the entire courtroom, what happened next became the most devastating lesson in privilege versus sacrifice that Providence has ever witnessed. Let us know where you're watching from, because what happens in the next few minutes will restore your faith that some fathers recognize when their sons have become everything they raised them not to be. It's a Monday morning in Providence Municipal Court. Judge Frank Caprio reviews a case that has generated massive social media attention and veteran community outrage. Tyler Richardson, age 21, son of tech billionaire William Richardson, charged with criminal mischief causing over $10,000 damage, destruction of business property, and harassment. The incident occurred 12 days ago at 11:30 p.m. in downtown Providence. Carlos Rodriguez, a 38-year-old Iraq War veteran, operates a food truck called Carlos's Kitchen that parks on Westminster Street serving late-night customers. The truck represents everything Carlos has worked for since returning from war with injuries that ended his construction career. Security camera footage from multiple angles tells a disturbing story of entitled cruelty disguised as entertainment. Tyler Richardson and 3 friends, all driving expensive cars, pulled up near Carlos's food truck. What happened over the next 8 minutes was captured on security cameras, bystanders' cell phones, and Tyler's own Instagram story. Tyler's group surrounded the food truck. While Carlos was inside serving a customer, Tyler spray-painted obscenities across the side of the truck. His friends cheered and recorded. Then Tyler grabbed eggs from a nearby convenience store and threw them at the truck's serving window, hitting Carlos in the face. Carlos came out, asking what was happening. Tyler's response captured clearly on video. "Relax, old man, it's just a prank. You're going viral." But Tyler wasn't finished. He poured soda into the truck's propane tank ventilation system. He kicked the generator until it broke. He ripped the menu board off the side and threw it into the street. His friends spray-painted more graffiti. Throughout all of this, Tyler was filming on his phone, laughing, narrating for his followers. "Destroying this crappy food truck. This is going to get so many views. Who cares about some random truck?" Carlos, a combat veteran who served 2 tours in Iraq and survived an IED explosion that left him with chronic back pain and limited mobility, tried to stop them. Tyler shoved him. Carlos, off balance. From his injuries, fell to the ground. Tyler's friends laughed. Someone yelled, "World Star," as they recorded Carlos on the ground. Then they drove away, leaving Carlos with a destroyed truck, lost income, and the humiliation captured on multiple videos that Tyler immediately posted to Instagram with the caption, "Epic food truck prank." This dude was so mad, LOL, had prank wars, had savage, #no chill zone. The video got 2.3 million views before Instagram took it down for violating community standards, but screenshots spread everywhere. Veterans organizations identified Carlos and started fundraising. News outlets picked up the story, and Providence police traced Tyler through his Instagram account and license plates visible in the footage. The damage assessment was devastating. $12,000 to repair the truck exterior, $8,000 to replace the generator and propane system, $4,000 in damaged equipment inside, and $16,000 in lost income for the 4 weeks it would take to repair everything. Total impact, $40,000. For Tyler Richardson, whose father is worth $3.2 billion, $40,000 is pocket change. For Carlos Rodriguez, living paycheck to paycheck while supporting his mother and young daughter, $40,000 is catastrophic. Now, 12 days later, Tyler Richardson enters Judge Caprio's courtroom wearing designer streetwear that costs more than Carlos's monthly revenue, looking annoyed that he has to be here. His attorney, Marcus Chen, from one of Providence's most expensive firms, carries paperwork prepared to make this disappear with a check and an apology. Behind them, keeping deliberate distance, is William Richardson, Tyler's father. He's wearing a simple suit, not the designer clothes his son favors. He looks furious and heartbroken simultaneously. Carlos Rodriguez enters through the same doors moments later. He's wearing his food truck uniform, a simple shirt with Carlos's kitchen embroidered on it. He walks with a slight limp, a permanent reminder of the IED explosion that changed his life. He looks exhausted, like someone whose world has been turned upside down. Judge Caprio watches both entrances carefully. He sees the stark contrast: entitled wealth versus earned sacrifice. If you're not subscribed, hit that button right now, because what happens next will show you what happens when someone treats another person's livelihood as content for social media. The bailiff calls the case. Judge Caprio reviews the charges: criminal mischief over $10,000, destruction of business property, harassment. Tyler's attorney stands immediately. Your Honor, my client is a 21-year-old college student who made an error in judgment. What he did was wrong, but it was intended as a prank, not malicious destruction. The Richardson family is prepared to pay full restitution immediately and additional compensation for Mr. Rodriguez's inconvenience. We request this matter be resolved without a criminal record that would impact Mr. Richardson's future. Judge Caprio looks at Tyler. Mr. Richardson, your attorney characterizes destroying someone's business as an error in judgment. Do you agree with that characterization? Tyler shrugs casually. Yeah, I was just messing around. It got out of hand. I didn't think it would be that big a deal. You didn't think destroying someone's livelihood would be a big deal? It's a food truck. Insurance will cover it, right? Judge Caprio sets down his pen slowly. Mr. Richardson, do you know anything about Mr. Rodriguez? Tyler barely glances at Carlos. Not really. Just some guy with a truck. Judge Caprio's voice becomes sharp. That some guy with a truck is a combat veteran who served 2 tours in Iraq. He was injured by an IED explosion. He can't do construction work anymore because of his injuries, so he built a food truck business with his life savings to support his family, and you destroyed it for a prank. Tyler shifts uncomfortably but maintains his casual demeanor. Look, I'm sorry, okay? My dad will write a check. Problem solved. Judge Caprio asks the clerk to play the security camera footage. The courtroom watches as Tyler and his friends systematically destroy Carlos's truck. The spray paint, the eggs hitting Carlos in the face, Tyler kicking the generator, Carlos being shoved and falling, Tyler's friends laughing and recording while Carlos struggles to get up from the ground. Then comes the audio from Tyler's Instagram video, his voice full of gleeful cruelty. Destroying this crappy food truck. This is going to get so many views. Who cares about some random truck? The courtroom is silent, except for sounds of disgust from the gallery. Carlos sits with quiet dignity, his jaw tight, reliving the humiliation. When the footage ends, Judge Caprio turns to Tyler. Mr. Richardson, you just watched yourself destroy a disabled veteran's business while laughing. You filmed it. You posted it for entertainment. What do you have to say about that? Tyler's casual facade is cracking slightly. I was drunk. I wasn't thinking clearly. You posted it to Instagram while sober the next day. You captioned it with laughing emojis. When did you start thinking clearly? Tyler has no good answer. Judge Caprio calls Carlos Rodriguez to testify. Carlos stands, supporting himself on the edge of the witness box. Mr. Rodriguez, can you tell the court about your business? Carlos's voice is steady but heavy with emotion. Your Honor, I opened Carlos's kitchen 3 years ago. After I came home from Iraq with back and leg injuries, I couldn't do construction anymore. Standing for long periods is hard. Heavy lifting is impossible. But I needed to support my family, my mother who has diabetes, and my 8-year-old daughter. He continues, I saved for 2 years to buy that truck. I work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. The truck isn't just a business. It's how I feed my daughter. It's how I pay for my mother's medication. It's my entire life. Judge Caprio asks gently, Mr. Rodriguez, what happened the night your truck was attacked? Carlos describes the attack, the spray paint, the eggs being shoved to the ground. Your Honor, when I fell, my back injury flared up. I couldn't work for a week, not just because the truck was damaged, but because I physically couldn't stand. I lost that week's income. I couldn't pay my daughter's school expenses. I couldn't buy my mother's medication on time. He looks at Tyler for the first time. This young man destroyed my truck for a joke, for views, for entertainment. But that truck is how my daughter eats. Every day it's not working. We're not eating, Judge Caprio asks. Mr. Rodriguez, what has the impact been since the attack? Carlos's voice breaks. Your Honor, my daughter asked me if we did something wrong. She asked if that's why someone hurt our truck. She's 8 years old. She thinks we deserve this. The courtroom is absolutely silent except for people crying. Tyler is staring at his shoes, unable to meet Carlos's eyes. Judge Caprio calls Detective Maria Santos, who investigated the case. She testifies about tracking Tyler through his Instagram account, interviewing witnesses, documenting the damage. Detective, did Mr. Richardson show any remorse when you arrested him? Detective Santos shakes her head. No, Your Honor. His first words were, "Do you know who my father is?" He said his father would make this go away. He asked if we were really going to ruin his life over a stupid food truck. Judge Caprio makes notes. Then something unexpected happens. William Richardson stands up in the back of the courtroom. Your Honor, may I address the court? Judge Caprio looks at the billionaire. Mr. Richardson, you're not a party to this case. However, given the circumstances, I'll allow it. Please come forward. William Richardson walks down the aisle. Every eye in the courtroom follows him. He doesn't look at his son. He addresses Judge Caprio directly. Your Honor, I need to say something about my son's statement that I would make this go away. He's wrong. I'm not here to protect him from consequences. I'm here to support whatever sentence you determine is appropriate. Tyler's head snaps up. Dad, what are you? William holds up his hand. Tyler, be quiet. You've said enough. He continues. Your Honor, I grew up poor. My father was a factory worker. I built my company from nothing through hard work and sacrifice. I thought I was teaching Tyler the same values. I was wrong. Somewhere along the way, my son learned that wealth means he doesn't have to respect other people's work, that money can erase consequences, that other people's livelihoods are content for his entertainment. William's voice becomes emotional. Mr. Rodriguez served this country in combat. He was injured, protecting our freedom. He rebuilt his life through hard work, and my son destroyed that work for Instagram likes. I'm ashamed. He turns to Carlos. Mr. Rodriguez, I want to apologize. My son did this, but I failed to raise him to respect people like you, people who actually earned what they have through sacrifice. You're twice the man he is. Carlos nods respectfully, but doesn't speak. William turns back to Judge Caprio. Your Honor, I'm prepared to pay full restitution immediately, not as a way to minimize consequences, but because it's the right thing to do. Beyond that, I want you to sentence Tyler appropriately, and I want you to know that after this hearing, I'm removing Tyler from my will. He'll receive nothing when I die. If he wants money, he needs to earn it the way Mr. Rodriguez does, through actual work. The courtroom erupts in shocked whispers. Tyler stands up, panicking. Dad, you can't be serious. William finally looks at his son, and his expression is one of profound disappointment. Tyler, you filmed yourself destroying a disabled veteran's livelihood for entertainment. You laughed while he struggled to stand up from the ground. You called his business crappy, and him some random guy. You think money should erase that. I'm done enabling you. Judge Caprio lets the moment settle. Then he addresses Tyler directly. Mr. Richardson, your father just removed you from $1 billion inheritance because of what you did. Do you understand why? Tyler is crying now, but Judge Caprio presses. Do you understand why, Mr. Richardson? Tyler's voice is small. Because I destroyed Mr. Rodriguez's truck. No, Judge Caprio's voice is firm. Because you destroyed a veteran's livelihood and thought it was funny. Because you treated someone's life work as content. Because you showed complete contempt for someone who sacrificed more for this country than you ever will. Judge Caprio reviews all the evidence systematically. Security footage proves the attack. Tyler's own Instagram video proves intent and callousness. Carlos's testimony proves the devastating impact. William's statement proves pattern of entitled behavior. The sentence Judge Caprio delivers is comprehensive. For criminal mischief, over $10,000, $15,000 fine, and 6 months probation. For destruction of business property, additional $10,000. Fine, and 300 hours community service working at a veterans organization, specifically helping disabled veterans find employment. For harassment, additional $5,000 fine. Tyler must pay full restitution, $40,000 for repairs, equipment, and lost income. Tyler is banned from posting on any social media platform about this case or Mr. Rodriguez for 5 years. Any violation results in immediate jail time. Total monetary impact, $70,000 plus attorney fees. Total community service, 300 hours with disabled veterans. Total consequence, criminal record, probation restrictions, and disinheritance from a billion-dollar fortune. Tyler's attorney starts to object about the social media ban, but William speaks up. Your Honor, he'll comply with every condition. I'll make sure of it. As court adjourns, William Richardson approaches Carlos Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, I know money can't undo what Tyler did, but I'm personally ensuring your truck is repaired immediately, using the best equipment available, better than what was damaged, and I'm setting up a trust fund for your daughter's education, $100,000 for college. Tyler's inheritance can do some good even if he can't. Carlos is stunned. Mr. Richardson, you don't have to. I do. Your daughter shouldn't suffer because my son is cruel, and you shouldn't work yourself into the ground because I failed as a parent. 3 weeks later, Carlos's food truck reopens with new equipment, professional paint job, upgraded generator. The community celebration fills the block. Veterans, customers, supporters all come to show support. Tyler begins his community service at the Providence Veterans Center. Week 1. He's resentful, going through motions. Week 4. He meets James, a 42-year-old Afghanistan veteran with severe PTSD who can't hold traditional employment. Week 8. He meets Sarah, a 35-year-old veteran who lost her leg in Iraq and struggles to find employers who will accommodate her disability. Week 12. Something fundamental shifts. Tyler is helping Michael, a 29-year-old veteran with traumatic brain injury, fill out job applications. Michael mentions he used to love cooking. Tyler remembers Carlos's food truck. He arranges for Michael to apprentice with Carlos, learning the business. 4 months after sentencing, Tyler completes his required hours but continues volunteering. He's helped place 12 disabled veterans in jobs. He's learned that work has dignity, that sacrifice deserves respect, that people aren't content. 6 months after the incident, Tyler posts a video, not on his personal account, still banned, but on the Veterans Center's official page. It's different from his old content. 6 months ago, I destroyed a disabled veteran's food truck for Instagram likes. I thought his livelihood was a joke. I was wrong about everything. I've spent 6 months working with veterans who sacrificed for this country and came home to find that employers won't hire them, that society forgot them, that people like I was treat them as less than. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm sorry. To every veteran I've worked with, thank you for teaching me what actual work means, what sacrifice looks like, what respect requires. The video gets attention, but not the kind Tyler used to seek. Veterans share it. Organizations reference it in training. It becomes an example of accountability, not entertainment. 1 year after destroying the truck, Tyler requests a meeting with Carlos. They meet at Carlos's kitchen. Tyler orders food, pays full price, tips generously. Mr. Rodriguez, I destroyed your truck. I laughed while you struggled. I called you some random guy. I can't undo that. But I want you to know I'm different now. I'm working. Actually working. My dad cut me off like he said. I'm managing the Veterans Center employment program. I'm trying to help people like you, people I should have respected from the beginning. Carlos studies him. Then he says something Tyler will never forget. Mr. Richardson, you took away my truck. Your father gave it back better. You cost me income. Your father provided for my daughter's future. You treated me like nothing. But you're here now, actually working, actually helping veterans. That's enough. Don't forget to subscribe for more incredible courtroom moments where entitled behavior meets real consequences and where some fathers recognize when their sons need accountability more than protection. Hit that like button if you believe Tyler's father made the right choice, removing him from the will. Drop a comment about whether Tyler deserved a second chance, because this story isn't just about one food truck. It's about understanding that other people's livelihoods aren't content, that veterans who sacrificed deserve respect, not destruction, and that some fathers love their sons enough to let them face the full weight of their cruelty. Tyler Richardson destroyed a veteran's truck for views. He lost $1 billion inheritance, but he gained something more valuable, understanding that work has dignity, sacrifice deserves honor, and money can't buy respect. It must be earned. That's accountability. That's transformation. That's the legacy of Judge Frank Caprio.